Alright. There is actually not enough space for all of you in the room.
Well, we only need 2 of us in there.
Well, I guess
with Lady Walker.
you send Irina off with Valeria.
Yes.
Yes, we should just be able to beat nightfall if we hurry.
Give her some proper goodbyes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go with Lady Walker.
Alright, anything in particular you want to say as your goodbye?
I don't know.
We will be back. Be safe until then.
You too.
Take care of yourself.
I'll try. And now there's like just barely enough space for the rest of you. You go upstairs back to, the main floor.
Uh-huh.
And then you head up the stairs again. Up this way. I was gonna drag you all, but okay. Oh god, I shrunk you all.
What have you done? Katrina is still smaller than everyone.
I am still the normal size, thank you very much.
Sorry. You look smaller because you were slightly offset from the grid. And some of ours were not sized right.
Okay,
There we go.
Should all be good now.
Yes.
Yes.
Roll perception.
Well, it's better than a 1.
Hey.
Jasmine,
Damn,
you hear the sound of cats.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Victor
They're
likes
like-
cats.
They're like
Is this the
scratching-
character that I put likes cats in both bonds and flaws? No, that is a different character.
You hear cats, scratching like under the door here. And then Lady Walker will open this door. And you also see cats. There's a lot of cats.
You seem to have a lot of cats.
My daughter
Victor needed to get his skeletons from somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you see so many cats, you start to think.
I've run this module before. I never made that connection.
What, the skeleton cats came from Stella's cats?
It's very likely that they could have.
Yeah.
Let the spellcasters going.
Yeah.
I will stay outside by the door.
Get in here so the stream can see.
Yeah.
Hey, I know that art.
Yeah, so you see a girl. She appears
a young woman,
as
I presume.
Yeah, young. The way she appears, she is she's dressed up, but in a way that like she still appears very disheveled despite being an attempt having been made to dress her up and make her look pretty.
Is she awake?
Yes. She's currently actually, I don't know the word for this, but she's doing something with one of the cats.
Petting it?
Not quite petting. And not quite playing either.
Strangling?
No. No, it's not violent. It's
Holding?
Nuzzling.
nuzzling, yeah. She's touching it without necessarily petting it like a normal, well-adjusted human would. The way she's interacting with it, actually, mimicking is a very strong word, but she's paying it a lot of attention, and it's, you know, returning attention to her,
Right.
if that makes sense.
So like what you said it was in the book, but toned down like a lot.
Not even, she's mostly just looking at it and touching
Okay.
it, you know, poking it. She's like poking at it.
Okay.
Another cat, you know, runs into the room from Katrina. There's just a cat that runs under your legs and darts into the room and hops on her bed and drops a dead mouse in front of her. And then she
Charming.
grabs it and moves to put it in her mouth. And
Lady Walker.
Lady
grabs
Walker
it.
will grab her hand and say, no, sweetie, that's no.
Charming girl. I don't actually say that because
She seems kind of distressed that her hand is grabbed and she can't eat the mouse.
Okay, we should get casting.
I
Yes,
agree.
do your thing.
So out of character, I have a 6 in Arcana.
You're much better than me.
Okay.
And
Guidance,
you got
I
the
can give you
guidance.
a
Don't forget the
roll.
guidance.
I'm going to. I'll cast Guidance Cantrip on myself.
I like how you can
Switch
guide
that to
yourself.
advantage because of help. And I will cross my fingers.
Thank gosh.
plus
That
the
is a
D4.
17. Plus the D4.
So 21. Well,
18.
right, D4, not 4, not plus 4.
It's a very difficult spell. You just managed to make it. You almost make a mistake. You do make a mistake actually, but you
Oh
managed
shit,
to
the
correct
DC
it like
was against Feeble Mind.
yeah.
Oh,
You
fuck.
just make the DC with guidance as you're like oh shit, wait, that was an error. Let me just quickly, as the spell is already going off, and you just managed to get it right. Like holy crap, it's a whole
Jasmine
thing.
is the one that corrects me.
Yeah. Well, you see it. You're like, oh shit, wait, and then Jasmine's like, no, I got it. Do your thing. I'll. Yeah.
I will compensate.
Yeah. You like fix the circle and you're like, no, just keep casting. I'll fix the circle.
And then
She blinks. And it's very sort of strange to watch in a way. Someone coming back to their mind and realizing that they're back in their mind. At first, it seems like there's no change, right? And you know, Lady Walker is you know, like she's biting her nails and all that.
Holding her breath.
Yeah. And as she's starting like, oh no, it didn't work. I couldn't got my hope up. You see in Stella, her posture changes very, you know, it's subtle. But like Jasmine, you see it actually in the way that she's interacting with the cat.
Her hands start moving more normally.
Yeah. Like everything else looks the same. And it doesn't help that she's still really disheveled, beneath all the makeup and fine dress, and smells pretty bad, honestly.
Rude.
Well, I mean,
Not
she
her
kind of
fault.
smells like cat pee.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's. I would not wish that fate upon anyone.
Yeah. But and that presentation very much hurts in the like making her appear normal and seeing that she has become normal again, because she doesn't like magically become clean or anything. So you feel
Yeah.
like it didn't work, but then you notice that you didn't well, you sort of didn't register, but you register now that like, wait a minute, she's petting it normally now. And then she seems to notice this, and she starts
Stella?
crying. Yeah, Stella.
No, I mean I'm
Oh,
that was me in
yes.
character, like calling her name.
She stops.
Stops crying.
Well, a
Or
little bit.
stops.
Still tears, but she stops petting the cat, and she very slowly looks at you.
Are you okay now?
She starts breathing really fast. It's gradual, right? It starts off with, sharp intakes, and then they get faster and faster and faster, and she's starting to. It looks like a panic attack, and then Lady Walker will say, Stella, Stella, Stella. She'll put her hand on her face and have her look at her. Mom? And it's tears and crying, and it's a very emotional scene.
Is there a hug?
There
Better be a
is.
hug.
Yeah. There is, well, the hug is somewhat mitigated by the fact that
She still smells
daughter
like cat pee.
smells like cat pee. You may judge Lady Walker for holding back over this if you wish, but she does.
I'll do what I can to help.
Prestidigitation, also known as least wish.
The best worst spell.
Yes. Yeah, it's neither of them are really fit to talk right now to you guys.
That's okay. We need to get out of town before
you feel like
nightfall
you
anyway.
should. Yeah, you do hear Lady Walker saying, "Thank you, thank you," as
As the rest of you are turning to
Yeah.
leave and head down the staircase, once you're all out of the room, I will enter and gently place a hand on Lady Walker's shoulder and say, "This misery. Perhaps she can give you the son, but do you really think she could have given you your daughter?"
she doesn't say anything to this.
I'll let that comment linger for a moment before nodding and walking
Roll
outside.
persuasion.
Oh, fuck.
Rip.
That's a 9.
Not saying that now she thinks that the only reason you helped was to, drive a wedge between her and misery, but
Yeah.
Hey, Katrina
May
wasn't
have
the one who
backfired.
cast the spell.
I tried.
yeah.
Either way, I returned to the party.
So yeah,
That roll could have gone so well.
it could have, but it didn't.
Ah.
Could have rolled a 28, but you rolled a 9.
Yeah.
So yeah, you leave.
Miss lets out a sigh of relief, and you can see that he is visibly sweating. Don't tell her, but that almost didn't work.
Why? We got it.
Well,
We
just
got
be
it.
glad it
Oh
did.
right, no, because the DC was actually against the Greater Restoration, not the Feeble Mind.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it does sound cooler that we just
Yeah.
beat the 18.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Well, just be glad that it did work. And now
you
we
are-
ride.
Yeah, now you ride.
Well, we're planning to leave from the east gate, correct? But we
Yes.
haven't decided whether we're definitely going to Ravenloft or Kresk.
Well, if we
Well,
were
there's
going
no
to
point to
Kresk,
go to
we
Kresk
would
anymore.
bring Irina with us.
Because
Right.
Kresk was
Okay.
an alternative place to bring Irina instead of Vallaki.
Right.
There is also the whatever the fuck's happening at the winery, but there are just too many
That's
irons
to the
in the
west.
fire.
That's to the west.
That is also
right?
to the west, yeah.
Yeah, so.
I'm gonna put you on.
World map.
Yeah, the big map.
You're gonna put us on the road again?
Just can't wait to get on the road again.
As you get in the cart, you do feel the eyes of vampires upon you as the sun is starting to go down.
Well, I, for one, want to get some sleep. And if anyone stops us along the road, we have the invitation.
Yeah, I'll ride front.
Yeah, someone needs to drive the cart.
Who wants to keep me company on the road?
I will. I have some questions.
So you're going west.
As we leave, I do.
We're heading east to the castle.
I do.
Oh,
I
east.
will before.
That's what I
that,
meant, yeah.
I'm gonna show Katrina that we have Van Richten's diary again.
I will sort of reach forward to try and holding a hand out to see if you'll like give it to me.
Want to do some reading while you're trying to go to sleep? I say like kind of jokingly as I hand you the book.
I'm just glad to know that it's safe.
You can hold on
Probably.
to this for now.
Okay, thank you. I'll add it to the other collection. Well, it's starting to become a collection. Who knows if my mother and her other friends had diaries as well.
I've got my own to keep after all. And with that, I'll hop in the front of the wagon with whoever else is gonna ride in the front of the wagon.
I'll ride with you.
Alright. And away we go.
I'm asleep and vulnerable with Camus in the back. How much does he trust me?
He's not going to go into his trance while you are there, but he won't, like, I don't know, slit your throat.
Okay.
Well, of course you're not gonna slit her throat. If anything, it would be a stake to the chest.
Mhm. That would be the more appropriate move for vampires.
He would have to make a steak first.
I suppose.
Hey, you can do that while he's not going into his trance.
Yeah.
Just carve a steak threateningly.
Yeah,
I have
we do
three of
have
them.
like the remains of the. Oh wait, it's not even remains of a box we broke open. We didn't even break it open. We like barely got the
Yeah.
coins out of it.
Yeah, and there are still some like rings and stuff in there.
Well, now that we're not
and
nearly
a lot
as
more coins that we didn't get out.
now that
Well,
we're
yeah.
not as worried about the contents, and we're like outside the city. Once we get spell slots back, we could just knock that shit open.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Actually, while Camus is deliberately not letting himself be vulnerable, he is going to attempt breaking open the box again.
All right.
And I will cast guidance on myself this time. So we're gonna bonk it. And then 14.
Okay. Just so you're aware, with the cart, it is about half a day's travel to the castle.
Okay. So we will be riding through the night and arriving somewhat near morning.
We've still
Somewhat
learned
near
nothing
morning,
about
yeah.
traveling at night.
We learned not to fall asleep at night.
Well, that is tricky if you want a long rest now, innit? Unless you want to walk into Castle Ravenloft without any of your spell slots.
No.
We have an invitation. Katrina is resting.
Yeah, fair. Well, that's what Katrina's doing. Does anyone else want to rest? Anyway, 14 athletics to break the thing open.
Yeah.
What was this? The chest?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
chest that we got the other coins out of.
Yeah, I mean, and you've pretty much emptied it already.
Oh, I thought whatever. I thought there was more that we didn't get out of it.
I mean, there is also a second chest that was from the ship in the river, but that we haven't touched.
That was like a small chest, though.
Yeah, it was more of a lockbox.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you pry open the chest.
And there's nothing additional inside.
Roll me a D100. There's 17 loose silver coins.
It's something.
And there was like rings and stuff, you've said.
Yeah. Yeah, let's say there are 3
5
rings.
golden rings.
3, but yes.
I assume one of those rings would bear the sigil of the late Vallaki family.
Yes. They are signet rings.
I feel like we could be naughty with those.
Out of character, you know who else has a signet ring?
You. Maybe.
Yeah, I fucking do.
Yeah. So, for those of you awake, Are you gonna discuss the day's events?
Hell of a day, huh?
What was Gesh like when you knew him here?
I honestly didn't know him very well.
I suppose I should ask Camus then.
Yeah. That's probably a better question for him.
I'm glad that you and Beatrix could, you know,
It just kind of happened.
I mean, I'm just glad that you could see each other here again.
So am I. So, Castle Ravenloft.
Even from here, you can see the glow. That burning tower that you read about. The glowing crater beneath it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see it from here.
Even through the woods.
Yeah, because it's like up on a mountain.
True.
Katrina seems really upset. Do you think she'll be okay?
I honestly have no idea. Let's hope so.
It's not like she gets to choose who her father is. Although I suppose I can understand why that would make people wary of her.
True. But she's never given us a reason not to trust her.
I trust her. I think it's pretty hard to fake being that distressed about it.
Yeah. We continue riding, I'm assuming.
Yep.
I assume at this point the conversation dies down a little bit.
Yeah.
The road's getting a little windy here, so Marcus puts more focus into the road
driving.
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta make this turn. Alright, you made the turn. It's not. It's probably not so sharp as just because of the scale.
Yeah.
Did you get the speed to drift around it?
Is initial D playing?
That would be a half-mile drift. That would be intense. I don't even want to think about what that would do to the wheels. To the wooden wagon wheels. Drifting
I'm
without
posting something
tires.
in Discord.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I can't watch it now, otherwise the stream will pick it up.
Yeah.
Fair.
You can watch it later. It's funny. It's in Discord.
Yeah.
I was about to, and I realized my push to talk only affected my Discord audio and not my Discord audio, my OBS audio, and not everyone else's OBS audio.
So yeah, you're at the point now where if any of you want a long rest, you should do it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Well,
try to
Katrina's
get a long
getting it.
rest.
Katrina will be waking up soon. But if it's about 12 hours...
Someone then should swap out with me at some point. All you guys getting your spell slots back is more important than mine, but since I think we have enough time to fit everyone, we can... You guys can rest, and then one of you can take over driving, and I can rest.
We could also have our, like, what normally would be 2-hour watches be 2-hour shifts of driving.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. We'll do
For each
that.
person's shift, I would like a d20 roll.
I'm doing the first one. A d20 roll or a...
D20.
Oh, it's a random encounter roll, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm driving, so... I mean, I'm driving first, so I'll roll first. Don't know if low is good or bad.
Marcus, it's pretty uneventful.
Okay, low is good.
Or at least 2 is good.
Who wants to drive next?
I will, since I'm already
Alright.
out here.
The princess is sleeping until someone wakes them up.
Well, if Camus isn't sleeping, I'm gonna... Well, I guess there's room for all of us back here, since there's only 4 of us. But if he wants to go, keep Jasmine company.
Yeah, he will, and during any time that she's not talking with him, he'll go into his trance.
Yeah, and I'm asleep back here.
Jasmine is also uneventful for you.
Cool.
Huh.
If I'm already out front, then
You can
I'll
drive
take
next.
it next.
Is there any conversations or roleplay that you wish to have as the people who are awake change?
That's a fair question.
Well, I do want Camus to tell me about Gesh later when the time is more appropriate. When we have more.
No,
You mean after he dies in Castle Ravenloft?
you should do
Maybe?
it now. Like, you can chat for a few minutes like you did with me, and then
Yeah.
he goes into his trance.
I guess we probably should now.
Or alternatively, you could do it after you wake him up for him to take over.
Yeah.
Before you go to sleep yourself.
That probably makes the most sense.
So, chat.
He wasn't... Was he more... I don't want to say lively, but I kind of... That feels like... It feels like the right word and also the wrong word at the same time. So, I will say, you know, when you knew him before you ended up here, he seemed very... When I knew him, he was different.
He was remarkably jolly. He liked an excitement.
That sounds like him. That sounds more like him.
Honestly, if whatever that was back in Vallaki was in fact him, I'm surprised that he would be so distressed about his oath being broken, since I thought he was always looking for a way out of it.
I think he was just afraid. Wouldn't you be if you thought you were going to die? And if you felt like you owed your life to somebody, even to a god. I'm not sure it's the oath he had a problem with. I think he was just afraid.
Being afraid doesn't sound quite like him, but I can see your point.
Gesh understood me. He didn't ask me for things I couldn't give him. And I didn't ask of things he couldn't give me in return. But it was nice. There was no pretending with him.
Hmm. Yes, I'm I'm sorry that we couldn't do anything for him.
I wish that he had told me. I hadn't seen him for a while, but that wasn't really unusual. He was a soldier, and I'm a bard. But still, I wish that he had told me. I'm sorry,
No. You know, I think I remember him mentioning you before. He liked you. Quite a lot, in fact.
I liked him too.
Perhaps whatever afflicts him now isn't necessarily permanent. And we could get him back. I hope that's the case. I like traveling with him.
Maybe, but... well, I suppose it wouldn't do me any good to hold my breath. Thank you, though, for your consideration. I should probably try to go to sleep.
Alright, so Camus, you rolled an 11?
Yes.
Alright, also uneventful.
Yes, Katrina will eventually wake up and make her way to the front of the cart.
Hey, I got
Whoever is
spell
sitting
slots
there.
again.
Well, Jasmine's probably already asleep in the front, so... I guess Camus and Katrina swap places.
So I am effectively alone with my thoughts on the final stretch toward Castle Ravenloft.
Effectively. But anything you wish to share with the class, as it were?
Any of you who are light sleepers inside the cart would have noticed that Katrina awoke to a fairly silent wince of what sounded like pain before she sort of like got up, looked around, and sort of wrapped a makeshift bit of cloth around her right hand as a sort of bandage. Before sort of silently looking out the front to see who was driving and see if she could swap off.
Well, you go to see who is currently driving, and it is Camus.
I'll just nod at him and silently get in the seat, sitting as far away from him as I can, given the close proximity.
Camus has gotten his 4-hour meditation already, right?
Yeah,
So you don't actually have to go back to sleep.
that's correct.
So you're actually not effectively alone with your thoughts.
Is the cart's enclosed, right? So I imagine
Yeah.
there's the little that you can slide between Like there's a
Yeah.
little slide window,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so you can talk to the people in the other section.
Yeah.
If they're awake enough to talk.
Yeah.
I guess I should roll. Fuck.
Hmm. We will get to that.
Oh no.
But
Of course I'm the one that rolls a 20.
yes.
Ah.
But why don't you talk to Camus while
While he
while I put
prepares our
while I
death.
put this while I click on another while I click on out of Roll20.
Well, Katrina is not particularly feeling talkative enough to start a conversation. You notice you have the reins, I assume, so her gaze is sort of fixed more downward at the horses in the road in front of us, and if you look, she has a sort of like white knuckle grip on her other wrist, and you do also see the sort of cloth bandage that she wrapped around like the top half of her right palm, sort of at the base of the fingers. And something else you notice from your vantage point, there are like two tiny pricks of blood starting to poke through on the side of the bandage near the thumb.
Did you bite your hand?
Did you? Is that from the riot yesterday?
No. That was just now. It's a nervous tick, but it's never gotten this bad.
Will it take your mind off things to hold on to the reins?
Don't think it will, but if you're getting tired of it, I won't say no.
I'm sorry. I've honestly treated you more harshly than you deserve.
It's understandable given the circumstances.
I do request that sometime soon you be fully transparent and explain as much as you know of what you are and how it came to be that way.
She'll slowly, nod before sort of more aggressively nodding and agreeing. Yes, after we meet with my father. Look, Camus, I don't know what's going to happen in there, but I do want you and the others to be careful. The Richton's diary mentioned that their invitation was relatively uneventful as well. They were granted hospitality and unobstructed access into and out of the castle for the duration of their invitation, but my father and vampires in general can be very persuasive. I'm sure you know.
Honestly, I don't. I haven't dealt with vampires much. But
if I or any of the others do something that seems uncharacteristic of them, it's probably not their doing.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. And you be careful yourself.
She just sort of nods.
Many of our successes, if you can call them that, over the past few days, are directly because of you. And to lose that would be a shame.
That means a lot, coming from you especially.
Yay, friendship.
We're about to make it to the castle gates proper. If you wouldn't mind turning off here for a moment to make sure the others have gotten their full rest. I'm sure my father can wait a few more hours.
Yeah, you're all pretty. I mean, you're still asleep,
Have we benefited from a long rest?
but you've benefited from a long rest. Yes.
Hooray,
You
spell
approach.
slots.
You
And hit
approach
dice.
the gates, and as they come into view, the silence is punctuated by the howl of a wolf some distance away. And Katrina and Camus, I would like you to make perception rolls. You continue your ride for the next hour or so as you approach the gates, because it is some distance still. They're pretty big gates, they're pretty visible from a distance. And that is when...
It's really bothering me that the horses are looking at the cart.
Sorry, I had to cut out for like 5 seconds, so I probably missed the most important thing you said.
He hasn't revealed it yet.
Since that was bothering you, I fixed it.
Thank you.
Oh, you were talking about the token?
Yes.
Yes.
Ah.
I didn't notice it before, but once you pointed it out, I'm like, no, this is gonna bother me too now. There,
welcome.
now it's...
Anyway. You were about to reveal something
yeah,
to us.
so, maybe an hour later, or maybe a little less. You realize that you are surrounded.
Boom.
Oof. There are, oh wow. I'm doing secret initiative rolls that you'll see in a second, and they're not great. But they are in sequence so far, and I love it.
Nice. Also nice 30.
I snap to alertness.
There are werewolves in the trees.
the howl of a werewolf. They sound different from normal wolves, you know.
As you are ambushed.
You could tell that?
So this is a surprise round.
Too bad I was coming from
Marcus.
sleeping, otherwise I would be able to benefit from alert,
Yeah.
which doesn't let you.
Marcus, you are waking up. Katrina, you are like, oh shit, werewolves. As you take stock.
Man, that 30 would have been so good if I was awake, because I would.
And behold
Circumvent
my
the surprise
werewolf
round.
rolls of 2, 3, and 4 all in a row.
And then 5 and 6.
Yeah. But this one is going to. I need to be on the right layer. Will.
You better not kill our horses before we've even had a chance to name them.
Seriously, we just bought those.
Is going to jump up at Camus.
Oh boy.
Where did this campfire come from?
Oh, that was also on the GM layer for for the last time you went camping.
Yeah.
I accidentally grabbed them. Let me just put that away. The werewolf's gonna swipe at you, Camus, for what is your AC?
15.
You are going to be hit twice for 6 damage and 7 damage.
Okay, so 13 total.
Yeah. Jasmine, you are waking up.
Mhm.
Fighting is going to be hard and enclosed.
Marcus, you hear something outside trying to open the door.
The door's on the side, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Camus, you are ambushed. And then the remaining 3 wolves will... These ones will move. Actually, this one's going to move here. And this one, the slowest werewolf, will take 2 swipes at Katrina. What is your AC?
If I have a reaction, my AC is going to be 17 from shield.
You may react, yes.
Cool.
That will cause both to miss. Marcus.
I hate to say this, but doesn't shield work against 1?
It's until the start of your next turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
Which is about to happen. But
This counts as the second turn of a combat, right? For me.
yeah.
So okay, I don't get dread.
You were unfortunately the dread ambushed.
Yeah. Too bad alert doesn't apply when you're asleep. I'ma just kick the door open and then mark this werewolf right here with Slayer's Prey.
Alright. I'll allow that opening the door to be your movement action.
And then I'm gonna stab it with my silver shorts.
Alright.
I'm just double checking my feature. That gives me 1d6. That's attack 1. 9 piercing damage with a silver weapon.
It's a 12 to hit.
Yeah, assuming I hit.
That will hit.
Cool, and then extra attack lets me hit again. 12 was good enough, but isn't 11?
The 11 is not good enough.
Now we know.
But you deal 9 damage. Katrina.
I'm going to use telekinesis to try and knock the werewolf away from Camus. Whatever good that's going to do, given it's about to act again. So I'm going to need a strength save from him, yeah.
That is an 18.
Okay, I tried.
He's pretty latched on. He's like holding on to the thing.
And then as my action, I'm going to turn to the one next to me and sort of quickly show my left hand and the signet ring, however you call it, that is being worn upon the index finger, I'm going to say. And I'm going to cast Charm Person and say, "If you're servants of my father, cease this attack at once."
Is a werewolf a humanoid?
When they are in humanoid form. Go ahead and give me an intimidate roll.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's say he will that. That one in particular will
Fuck off.
will let go of the wagon.
That is
Camus.
my action economy.
The one that is attacking you is still attacking you for 6 slashing damage.
Okay.
The second hit will miss, or rather, the first hit will miss, and then the second one will hit you. Jasmine, you're up.
I am going to draw my short sword and dagger and slash at this werewolf.
That is through the cart wall.
Oh, okay. Oh, the door's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's open.
Is there a door on this side?
I think it's just the one.
It can be both sides.
I kind of remember it just being one when we fought the
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll go over here and
Yeah, just help me
attack.
kill this one.
The second one will hit. For 8 magical piercing damage, yeah?
At least it was the magic weapon that hit.
That's your turn?
Yeah.
Well, Marcus. It's now this werewolf's turn, and he's gonna try to attack you with a claw, which will hit for 8 damage, and a bite, which will miss.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, he swipes at you, gets you a little bit, and then reaches his head into reaches his head in to bite at you, and you like kick his head away to stop his jaws from snapping at you. Camus, you're up.
Use my, I don't know if it's gonna help. I'm gonna use my reaction to use defensive duelist on the claw attack to see if it.
Well, just
It raises my AC by my proficiency bonus, which is 3, so it raises my AC to 17. Does that help?
no, it still hits.
Well, I'm not using my reactions for anything else, so I'm glad I'm starting to remember to use that.
Camus, you're up.
What was the damage again?
8.
I am going to cast, for my action, Thunderwave in this 15-foot cube.
Enemy werewolf was paralyzed. No, that's not what Thunderwave does.
Thunderwave.
It is not
a
this system.
Pokemon move.
I'll...
But hey, at the very least, can't miss. Oh wait, that's also the other system.
Well, I mean, this one effectively can't really miss.
And it either hits or does half damage.
So this originates from you.
It does originate from you, however, it can originate like from any point on the side of the chosen cube. Which is why he's able to target both of these werewolves and presumably knock them in a this way direction.
Yeah.
That is how
Really?
it works.
Yep, that is how spell targeting works.
Oh, it's like you're the center of a cube. Okay, well.
No, it
I
doesn't
can- I
push
can-
out from me. I choose. Yeah.
Yeah, I can give you the page number if you fucking want.
Okay, yeah. Oh, all right, so it's hitting those two.
Yeah. It should be a DC 16 save.
And this
Con
is
save.
con. Okay.
And
Player's
I'm-
Handbook 204 if you're curious.
Okay, I'll start with the one that has been hurt already. DC 13, you say? Or was it 13? That seems kind of low.
DC 16.
Yeah.
I don't know why this says 13 for some spells and not others.
First
There
one.
might be a setting in if you go into the spell setting.
First one fails the save. The second one that's in your face makes the save.
Okay, so the one that fails is pushed 10 feet back. And it will take full damage, and I'm going to be pumping in. I'll put in 2 of my Harvest Scythe D10s, so. Yeah, so.
So 24 on this one.
Yep, 24 on that one, and then 12 on the other one.
Okay. So the Harvest Scythe applies to both of them.
Yeah, the Harvest Scythe is just when you roll damage, so.
Okay. And then it is also resisted, or half damage rather, because it made the save.
Correct.
Okay. Oh, the werewolf that got knocked back is looking pretty hurt. Otherwise,
It's not dead?
No.
Damn it. I wanted 3 HP.
You have a bonus action or something, or is that your?
Yeah,
Or was
I'll
that
bonus
bonus
action to magicify 3 stones.
All right. Werewolf in the back is going to circle around and try to hit Marcus with a claw and a bite. Claw will miss. Bite will hit.
Damn it.
That is 10 piercing damage on you, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Let me apply the damage first, real quick.
Yeah.
Not great.
Okay.
I don't know what the check is.
No, you don't know what the check is. But this one is going to try and reach in there. It can't really bite at you, but it's going to try and get 2 claws. The first one will miss. The second one will... What's your AC right now? Is it
14,
still...
still 14. It's just
Okay.
for the one attack that...
Okay, it's just against the one.
defensive duelist.
Then the second claw will sort of scratch you for 6 damage as it awkwardly forces its hand in
Ow.
through the opening. And the final werewolf spends its turn looking at Katrina and your ring. You know that mental math meme?
Mm-hmm.
She's doing that. Marcus, you're up.
Well, the other one's out of reach now, so I'm gonna switch Slayer's Prey to the one in front of me and then attack it. That should hit.
That will hit. 10 damage.
12 damage.
12 damage.
And 10 more.
And 10 more. It's a good chunk of damage right there. Katrina.
Well, if there's a time to do this, it would be fucking now. Seeing this guy is sort of momentarily questioning his life choices, and seeing the other four have not stopped attacking, Katrina is going to just get up from the cart and walk, like feet only, walk up the side and onto the roof of the cart, sort of leaning over to address the four werewolves still attacking. She is going to cast Major Image to make it like sound and feel like an immediate thunderstorm as she says the words, "I said stop!" Just loud crash of thunder, and I'm going to use my bonus action to make my cloak billow dramatically.
You should... When you said, I said something.
Stop!
Okay, yeah. It cut
I
out
said
right on
stop!
Give me an intimidate roll with advantage. They certainly take stock of you. However, in your being super dramatic, you are not showing the signet ring right in their faces like you were the other one.
Fair enough.
But I'll have them roll each. Yeah, they're all not as perturbed as the one from before.
Well, that's my turn.
This one that's attacking Camus is gonna keep attacking Camus. It's just 2 claw swipes. One of which will hit for 6 damage.
Hey.
And Jasmine, your turn.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire. And like get all of these guys.
All right. So everything against him has advantage.
Yeah.
Assuming
Well,
they
they make
fail
a
to
dex
save.
save.
Oh, yeah, I should make some saves. They all fail to save. Oh, that's a dex save, excuse me. I rolled wisdom. Me. One of them made the save. Ironically, it's the one that's actually point blank. It's the only one who can actually see you. That's your turn?
Yeah, that's a whole action.
Alright. This one's gonna run back up to the wagon door. Try to reach in at Marcus.
You're gonna fucking die.
10 slashing. The other one misses.
I am 1 point above half.
Camus.
Shit, I should have used
I
defensive
remember being
tools.
above half HP.
Next one that attacks me, I'm gonna try and defensive duelist.
If they're gonna group up like this, I'm gonna Thunder Wave them again.
Alright. hitting these three.
Yes.
All right.
And I will not put in Harvest Scythe D10s.
It'll be annoying if you push the targeted away. Unless you kill it.
And this is con saves.
Yes.
All right, left to right. 1, 2, and 3. They all fail.
So then 12 thunder damage to all of them, and they are pushed 10 feet.
All right. This one in the middle is looking really, 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 really hurt.
Well, it's taking 2 of these now.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now that they're far away, I'm gonna take this time to, maybe join Katrina on top of the wagon.
All right.
I'll help you up.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check with advantage, as you were being helped. Yeah, you're able to get up.
Nice.
Nothing. It's not particularly fancy, but you're not like doing a backflip to get up or anything. But you get up just fine enough.
Yeah.
These guys don't really have that much option other than try to go in at Marcus again.
When it gets pushed away from me like that, it doesn't trigger attacks of weapons.
No,
does
it's
it?
No.
only
That's what I
willing
thought.
movement away.
That's what I thought. I figured I'd ask.
Claw and a bite on Marcus.
I'm gonna use defensive duelist against the bite.
The bite would miss anyway.
Oh. Well, I mean, I kind of have to declare it when I'm getting hit, so.
Oh.
Unless you are allowing.
Eh. Show me the wording on it.
Oh wait, no, it's when you hit. So.
Yeah.
So I'll use it against. I'll use it against.
Use it against the
one
claw.
that hit. It gives me.
Okay.
+3 AC.
In that case, neither hits. What does it put your AC at?
It's 17.
Oh, 17. Oh, that will still hit, just
God
barely.
damn it.
Sorry.
Don't
8.
get my hopes up like that.
Sorry. This one is going to actually start climbing up. Try to have a go at. I'll look at Katrina and then look at Camus.
It's on top of
And
me.
we'll swipe at Camus, miss, and then try to bite. And hit you for 5 piercing.
My
And then
God.
I need
don't
I
like
need a con
this.
save.
Oh no.
Oh no. We're gonna be a party full of werewolves by the time we get to the castle.
This werewolf is going to actually leave.
Good.
And Marcus, you are up.
Well, I still got this one tag with Slayer's Prey, so I'm gonna keep whacking at it. Let's see if this works. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
And I made a global damage modifier for Slayer's Prey so I can be extra lazy.
Nice.
And it immediately popped off for me. So was that 12? 12 plus 3? 15 piercing.
Yep.
Is it still up?
Yep, it is. Really hurt though.
What about now?
Is that 1 hit point?
Are you kidding me?
It's just barely hanging on. Katrina.
I am going to summon a familiar Blade of Shadow, major image drops, and since that is a bonus action, I'm then going to use my normal action to stab this bitch in the face.
All right.
Or in
you
the
have
chest
advantage.
or whatever.
You have
I do?
advantage because of the fairy light.
Cool. Advantage, Shadow Blade.
Or psychic.
That's a low roll. Oh well.
Don't you add your something to that?
I don't think I do.
It is a weapon. You are proficient.
What the fuck did that change color?
So you should be adding your dex.
The spell says it deals 2d8 psychic damage, just flat. I don't know if you actually add your dex modifier to it, because it is psychic damage. If I do
says
add,
it has the finesse property.
that's fair. If you want me to update the spell to include proficiency bonus in the damage, then that would be another 2 damage.
Do it for now, yeah. We can look it up later, but
Okay.
to keep things moving, I'll just let you have it. So 2 more damage?
2 more damage.
Alright, 2 more damage.
And that is action and bonus action, but I will sort of snarl at him and bare my fangs.
Alright. This one will try to reach through the door at Marcus. 1 hit for 6 slashing.
I have 22 hit points left.
Jasmine, you're up.
Go for the kill on the one that's about to die.
That's this.
Yeah, it's the one like in front of the door.
Actually, both of the ones in front of the door.
No, the one that is still like in the dirt is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The one that you hit twice.
Okay, I'm actually gonna try to hit this one.
That one is like on the roof.
Oh, okay.
I can move it like here if that helps.
Yeah. Then we can like have a thing on our token that says,
I'll
"Hey,
I'll try to
we're
hit
on
this
the
one with
roof."
my short sword.
or like wing or
The
something.
short
I
sword
don't
is
know.
silver.
Okay.
True bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
How do you want to do this?
Can I, oh, I don't know.
You stab it while it's still impaled on my sword
Yeah.
for the kill
Alright.
blow.
Yep. Kill blow.
After I
And
critically
then
embedded my
I
sword
will-
in it.
Step here and attack this one with my dagger.
All right. Seven damage. All right.
I'm also gonna do defensive flourish.
Nice.
15 damage, and my AC is increased by 8.
All right.
So my AC is now 24.
That's probably a good thing because this werewolf is gonna try and murder you, as you are out in the open with a claw that will miss and a bite that will also miss.
Yeah, I knew they
Nice.
were gonna come at me. That's why I did defensive flourish.
Now the question is, did defensive flourish make a difference, or did they just roll that shit?
We'll never
The
know.
world may never know. Camus, you're up.
Not great options available. I'm gonna throw one of my stones at the thing adjacent to me, which is Disadvantage because adjacent, but advantage.
Correct.
Yeah.
So normal roll. Where is? There you are.
Nope.
Never mind.
It just hits the tree. This werewolf is dead. And this werewolf will reply to Camus with a claw and a bite. With your AC, both of those will miss.
Thank God.
Marcus, you're up.
Can I hit the thing from here? If it's able to hit me from there?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna switch Slayer's Prey to the one to the right of Jasmine.
Alright.
And then whack it. That probably doesn't hit.
You have advantage.
Fairy fire.
Alright, I forgot to mark that. Roll another d20 so I don't... It's the same. But...
Well, no, that's 9 plus 6, so that'd be
right.
15 to hit.
I'm sorry.
That'll hit.
Okay.
So 8 damage.
And then if it's still up, I'm gonna hit it again.
It is still up.
Oh my
Advantage
God.
again.
I forgot to mark it. Oh my god.
So many 9s.
9.
That's a crit.
That's a 14 then.
How do you want to do this?
I just stab it.
Alright, stab it.
Kind of like lean out the cart over Jasmine's shoulder and just do a downward thrust into the top of its head.
Alright. Katrina.
I'm gonna step down, sort of attempting to interpose myself between this werewolf and Camus, even though that's not really possible on a grid. Stab it with advantage with Shadow Blade. Attempt, at least.
That hits.
Oh, cool.
10 damage.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to attempt to shove it off of the cart. And I will note, a creature can willingly fail this save.
Alright. Strength save. You shove it. So it goes. Wee. Hits the dirt.
Turn to Camus. You alright?
Not really.
I'll keep this one distracted. Help the others.
Jasmine, you're up.
Okay, I will hit this one with, my short sword and dagger.
It's a good anti-werewolf combo. Silver short sword and this magic dagger.
The first hit will take it out.
Oh, okay. Oops, accident. I don't think I can get over there to that other one though to hit with my other attack, so.
I mean, if you threw it. But yeah.
What if you took like, how high is the cart? Could you like theoretically crawl under it at half speed?
I mean, you're still kind of moving.
Yeah, these
Yeah,
are some
just-
very,
Walk around the cart.
very well-trained horses if they're not, like, running for the fucking
Yeah, It's
hills.
still moving. It's just
Okay.
every time you push the werewolves down, the distance is small enough that like they can
can just
account for the
run, yeah.
motion. Their movement's good enough to do that, yeah.
Gotcha.
And for the most part, they have been like clinging to the wagons when available.
Oh, okay, then I guess I will. I mean, I will. I'll just hop back in the cart then.
All right.
I don't want him to leave me behind.
Camus.
Snipe it.
Yeah. Throw a rock at the last werewolf.
Advantage.
Yes, thank you. Bonk.
Bonk
Glad I
indeed.
mentioned.
Yeah. It's just gonna leave.
We did my previous crit run, but I don't think it would have mattered.
Eh.
Had enough of y'all.
As the chaos dies down, Katrina is going to sort of like calm down and sort of crawl down to the ground level and
Someone should
say,
like, get the horses to slow down.
I'll
Yeah.
go and try to slow them down.
we can.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
absolutely, they
Oh my
slow
God.
down.
If we can, I'd like to try and.
That's a 1 in 400 chance.
If we
Not
can, I'd
exactly
like to
the
try.
role I want to do that on, but sure.
If we can, I'd like to try and bring the bodies with us. I'm sure my father would be thrilled to know exactly who ambushed his esteemed guests. Thought this journey was going to be a safe one.
There's no safe journey in Barovia.
You know, for a moment I hoped there would be.
I mean, if it's all the same to you, I'd rather not be dragging werewolf corpses along, but
So you let this other one get away?
Yeah, not worth
You're
it.
not spiteful enough to.
At least one. Maybe he can identify it, maybe it's part of a group, but I don't know. Probably not worth it. Probably just being irrationally
It's not
angry.
worth it. You're not the one who almost got eaten by a werewolf today.
I wish there was something I could do to help, but healing is not really my forte. Sorry.
Marcus, what do you know about werewolf bites? I got bit back there.
Same here. Yeah. Well, there's a high chance both of us are afflicted with lycanthropy now. Unless we
Oh,
get
good.
those wounds treated.
Camus, Marcus, go ahead and get inside the cart. I think Jasmine and I can take the rest. The journey.
yeah.
Alright. So are you taking one werewolf corpse with you, or are you abandoning that idea?
I think we're abandoning them. We are
Okay.
not bringing them with us.
I don't take it the spell you used on Irino works on lycanthropy.
Is it counted as a disease?
I don't think it is.
I think Greater Restoration might actually be able to, but
We used
Lesser, I don't. Yeah.
Well,
What spell was it?
Lesser Restoration.
Oh. Second level?
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
think that's powerful enough.
I know it's definitely not among the conditions.
is there something
The question is whether or not lycanthropy is a disease.
If it is a disease, it's almost certainly a magical one.
What's the roll to determine if you've been afflicted from a bite?
No one knows.
Like, is there something I could roll to get?
I mean, you are like a hunter. A werewolf hunter
But
specifically.
I mean, like, you could get bit and pass a con save, so...
Yeah.
What skill would I roll to to know if it was successful and if in afflicting me with the curse.
Make me.
Insight,
not-
medicine, nature.
I don't know if it's nature or not, because it's like.
A straight
werewolves count
intelligence check?
Yeah, make me a straight in check.
19.
So you do know because so just on the subject of the spells, you know there is a spell that can just solve this for you. It is not the spell that Camus used.
Figured. But I'm just
But
more
you
trying
know-
to get a sense if I have.
You don't like your odds, no.
Yeah. And I don't like Camus's even more.
While we get back on the road, I am going to sort of poke my head through the window into the back and ask to see the invitation.
I mean, I hate to say this, but perhaps Strahd could help.
Yeah, that might be our only option at this point.
I'm wondering what the specific wording on this was.
That or you put us both down. And I'm not a fan of that one.
Depending on the invitation and what it says regarding our journey to the castle, he may be obligated to help, given that he failed to keep this in check.
Oh, I'm trying to find the letter, and I'm looking in the compendium and not in.
It's in our
Channel.
text handouts.
Text handouts. Excellent. Strahd's invitation. Your passage here will be a safe one.
Fucking liar. I want my money back.
Well, something to bring up over dinner, I suppose.
How long
know
will
what?
it take
With
you
that-
to start showing?
Reviewing the letter, Camus is going to get out, grab one of the werewolf bodies, tie it to the back of the cart, and that can be the werewolf body that we showed to Strahd.
All right.
I knew you'd come around.
So you approach the gates. The great gates of Castle Ravenloft that you saw before. And
Katrina is still kind of pissed, and that adrenaline has not faded, but
Yeah.
she's very quickly starting to get back to that oh shit mentality.
the gates automatically open as you approach.
Definitely oh shit
With
territory
a
now.
slow iron creak.
Apologies, but between there and the gates, do we get a short rest?
I would have definitely, like,
Let's look at the map.
I would definitely have, like, argued for us to, like, stall for an hour or two just so that you could get a short rest before we, like, approached the gates itself.
Yeah, it's about a short rest. You don't have to
Okay.
even stall per se. Maybe you like slow the speed down a little bit, but like, yeah.
Okay. Oh my god. Fine, I'll use all my damn hit dice. Holy shit.
God, I so wanted that like major image Cloak of Billowing combo to work.
No, I rolled.
It would have been
I
so
rolled.
perfect.
I rolled wisdom saves on all of them.
Yeah,
And
I
they just
know.
all
I just rolled
really
shit,
good.
and
Yeah.
I rolled shit. Oh man.
Over the short rest, I'll also be recovering those 2 first-level spell slots I used.
Okay. So yes, you approach Castle Ravenloft. The awesome presence of the tower becomes ever known to you as it looms over you. You see the other smaller, broken, burning tower clear as day in the ever-present night, effectively, that, fills the sky here. And sorry about that. Yeah, so you've then come across a lowered drawbridge of old shored up wooden beams stretching across a chasm that connects you to the courtyard. The change of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining under the weight, and you see gargoyles lining the walls. And let us put you on a map. Your carriage comes to a stop. You exit, and you enter within.
This place is huge.
It is huge.
It's a castle. What did you expect?
It's also huge vertically.
I just meant like the map itself is huge.
This is like the first of many maps.
Yeah. Katrina just sort of like steps out of the cart, her gaze slowly drifts upward, and she just like has a mild and silent panic attack.
Why do our health bars seem smaller than usual?
Because the grid is smaller than usual.
Oh. Forgot there's like possibility for different size grids.
I'm gonna try to reassure Katrina. We're not gonna let him do anything to you.
It's not me I'm worried about. But thank you anyway.
Well, if it's not yourself you're worried about, then don't worry. We're not your responsibility. Take care of ourselves. That's kind of like my other way of reassuring you. It's like, you don't need to worry about us. Don't. Yeah, I don't know.
Even so, I never, ever wanted to set foot in this place again.
Well, here we are.
Katrina will not be the first one to step forward. In fact, she's probably going to take up the rear.
Someone approaches.
Is there a stables or something here for us to leave the cart and the horses?
Yeah, it's basically on the other side of the map, right there, like where you came from.
I thought that was the bridge.
This is my out of character knowledge showing, but I'm
yeah, that
pretty
is
sure
correct,
there
yeah.
is stables on like that corner of the map all the way over there.
Yes, there is also one there.
Might be for residents of the house rather than guests, though.
It's so much less dramatic to be like, okay, now I want to, bring it out back, and then.
Yeah.
I mean, that is like what servants and valet is for, but would you trust them, really?
I mean, we are here as a guest, so...
That's true. Okay, then yes. Your wagon is... and your horses are beside you. I don't want to drag them out, but they're there.
Mm-hmm.
And you see an elf approach.
Oh no.
Oh no, what?
It's an elf.
Hmm.
Have the elves allied with the Strahd?
It's probably
well,
a vampire elf.
You see an elf. One
Wait,
elf.
didn't we learn something about the... didn't Strahd bring a bunch of elves with him?
I feel like that is one of the things we read about. Perhaps the elves as a whole have not aligned with him necessarily, but a few of them individually have.
Or maybe they're like still his slaves or something? You know, they don't have to be here willingly, you know.
Oh, this map is so much better.
Katrina will just politely curtsy as the elf approaches and say, "Hello, Rahadin."
He smiles as you say his name. Ah, Katrina, you remember me. The rest of you see this guy. He's got brown skin, long black hair, and he has a gray cloak over black studded leather armor, and a polished scimitar is hanging from his belt. He says, "Ah, you remember me."
As he approaches closer, I'll just sort of like look away.
His smile will falter ever so slightly.
What did you say to make it falter? I was reading a thing.
I looked away.
Oh.
Yes, well, the servants will take care of your horses, yes? And,
I suppose we can let you take
some vampire soldiers come and lead the horses off to the back.
We should name the horses Garlic and Wolfsbane.
Yeah.
If they survive long enough to deserve those names, that will be their names.
I'll ask them if it's okay, if they're okay with it. Once I prepare to speak with animals again.
Well, you can't ask them now if you don't have it prepared.
And he leads you in.
Can you shift ping to where we are?
Yeah.
Thank you. Why do we complain about the unsafe journey?
I mean, you can complain to this dude.
I'll as we're walking,
Why do
I'll
we have, like, a
try to
ring of
quietly
shadow?
ask Katrina, who is he?
Oh, I think our token lighting settings are being weird with the map lighting settings. Oh well. It is what it is.
Something dynamic fog of war.
It's just a fog of gloom surrounding our party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. There's actually mist, all around, and it sort of follows you. By themselves, the ornate outer doors of the castle slowly swing open, and the torches within flutter in the cold air. And you hear the sound of organ music coming from deeper inside.
And then
Come along then.
Katrina is not going to be the first person to enter.
I'll go. Y'all a bunch of cowards.
I trust you had a fair journey through our lovely lands, yes?
No, we were
We did
attacked
not.
by werewolves, and we need medical attention.
How terrible!
Yeah.
What a travesty!
It was fairly unpleasant, yes.
Those dirty mongrels.
I trust you have cures for lycanthropy in here.
Oh yes, the master has everything.
Good to
Come
know.
along, come along. The organ music grows louder. If you listen closely, you can hear it in the soundtrack.
Oh no.
Katrina will just pause here for a moment, glancing over down this hallway and at the spiral staircase beyond, before turning and joining the group in front of the doors.
We've lost someone.
I'm coming.
The door opens, revealing a grand dining hall. The table is filled with many, many foods. Not people, as some of you were afraid of, but various fruits, meats, stews, lots of exotic food for Barovia. At the table, you see what you presume to be vampires. Some of them are familiar.
2 people who tried to kill us. Hooray.
And in the back of the room, with his back facing towards
This
you,
dining table is not aligned with the grid, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, you were saying?
not facing you, you recognize Strahd von Zarovich playing a pipe organ.
How cliche.
I gotta admit, it is kind of excessive to have a pipe organ in your dining room.
I wonder how many organs are in this cast.
Just the one.
Why the dining room?
Katrina just sort of like shrugs and continues
think
averting
this
her
is-
gaze.
I don't think this is in character conversation.
Be funny if it was, though.
Yeah.
Who wants to
The
go in
elf.
first?
Well, the elf goes in first. And says, "May I have the pleasure of announcing the return of Katrina von Zarovna?"
I just silently pause in the doorway for a moment for them to react if they will before just sitting at the opposite end of the table from where presumably Strahd will sit.
And I think that is a good place to call
If
it.
we place ourselves right, we can avoid having someone sit next to the person who killed Gesh. Well then, that was a
Oh, I
moment.
don't actually know who it was who killed Gesh, do I?
No.
Well, that was a thing.
Well, killed,
And,
quote unquote.
yeah. Well,
Oh,
it's
your
been a
question
long-
has been asked and answered on RPG Stack Exchange.
Yes, if you have a question on the internet, chances are someone
The
posted
Shadowblade question?
Yes.
the meme you posted.
Pose
Anyway,
the answer?
it's
Yes, you do add your dex.
Okay.
I have been doing it wrong this entire fucking time.
the more you know. Anyway, it's been a long stream, so
Yeah.
uh,
What a place to fucking end it, though.
thank you for joining us.
See y'all next week.